Finally have a breakthrough. Mkhitaryan through. Aubameyang here. This is for 4-1. Aubameyang beyond Boric. And calmly.
Woo! Good job.
Welcome again to Military Buna TV, and I'm so happy that you're here with me today again. So, alright, what I have in store for you today, I have transfers, I have information about the international break, I have information about the players that Arsenal are playing today. So, I have quite a few things planned out. Now, first thing, I want to get into the transfers. The first thing that hits us this morning is that Szoboszlai agent came out and said that this player will be moving in January transfer window. He will be moving in the January transfer window. That is a big claim to be made from his agent. Now, what can we say of this? Oh, key factor. He said there are 3 to 4 clubs interested in him. Real Madrid, Arsenal, AC Milan, RB Leipzig, and PSG. That's 5. These are the clubs that are highly interested in getting this player. Now, what this player is looking for guaranteed playing time. Now, let's get some factors. Real Madrid. Szoboszlai is a number 8/10. When you look into Real Madrid team, their midfield in perspective, you have players such as Rodrigo not getting game time. Vinicius would have to come off the bench because you have Benzema, you have Isco, you have Asensio. But these are the type of players that Real Madrid have in their cabinet, and many of them are actually being spoiled at the moment because they're not being played. You have Valverde, Casemiro, Luka Modric, Isco, Asensio, and quite a few of these players are looking to move on because they're not getting enough game time and they're not being seen on a more regular basis. So definitely you basically try to wipe out Real Madrid out of the contention for this player. Now, moving to the next club, AC Milan. They're in a building process, but their finances, their book is not balanced at this moment. So financial wise, it would be very much difficult for AC Milan to get this job done. RB Leipzig, it would be very hard for him to move from RB Leipzig, Red Bull Salzburg to RB Leipzig, because RB Leipzig also are trying to balance their book. So the issue here is playing time versus balancing book. And then you have PSG, would definitely be the massive contenders for this player. Arsenal has the finances. Arsenal can guarantee him game time because he's a player that definitely would suit Arsenal system, and he's a player that would definitely be, I would say, can be converted into a system that Arsenal is playing right now. And you can see that his quality are the types of quality that the team is definitely missing. But that's the first transfer I have in hand. No, next one is coming out live and gunning, that Granit Xhaka, Christian Eriksen swap deal, and it is very much active, something that we're likely to see this January transfer window. We know that Arsenal is stacked up on central midfielders, but I don't think we definitely want to go for Christian Eriksen because he's closer to 30 than the type of player that we need now in regards to the age ratio. We have too much players that are in that high what do you call now, the high end of their career. So we have at ages of 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. We have too many players at that age with that age caliber. And I don't think that, even though it is concrete that this might happen, me personally is not something that I would definitely be in favor of. So at this moment, I don't want to get in too much details about everything. Oh, final thing. There will be no more international break until about the 22nd of March next year, because the influx of injuries, the fixture congestion, it is really taking a toll on the players. And at this point in time, it is proving as a negative impact on the players and also on the national team, because if you take this in consideration, if you constantly requesting the players to play for the national team during the international break, and when these players pick up injuries, they will be not present to play for their club. And also when you need them for the international tournament, they'll be unfit and possibly just coming off injury, so you'll not be able to play them as well. So these are some of the things that I believe that they factor in and consider come by making that solid decision. Now, Hertha Berlin has came out and made an offer that they would definitely want to keep Matteo Guendouzi. And he's a player that I really love. He's a very, very talented young player. He has a very, very high ceiling. And his attitude is the main problem. I do believe that this is something as a coach that Mikel Arteta has to work around, because he's a coach. He's a man manager. He must be able to manage these players. He's a young player and he will make mistakes. We know he's hard-headed, but he will make mistakes and he will be tough to handle some of the time. But these are some of the things that you as a manager, have to cope with and have to work around, because not all players are going to be understanding or be as disciplined as Granit Xhaka. So you have those type of players. Not all the players are going to be hard working as you see a Dani Ceballos. You have players that are maverick like Nicolas Pepe, where in training you haven't seen much of them, but on game day they are like a bright spark. But these are some of the things that Mikel Arteta has to get better, because I think his man management skills has to improve, and he's a young coach, so I believe that he has time and he can develop on this. So I'm not really going to bash him for that. But I think Matteo Guendouzi is a player that we definitely have to keep, and I would not like to see him leave this coming summer, because I would definitely be hurt. But I think there's this transfer window, we have to get in an attacking midfielder. It is a must, because we're lacking that in this team right now. We are lacking a midfield goal scorer. We are lacking a creative element in the team. And I know I've come on previous shows and informed you guys that the creativity aspect does not necessarily lie with only one player, but also the system. But at this point in time, eventually when the players adapt to the system, you're still going to need a creative element in the team, because we're building through a system and we have to input that creative element. Now, many other teams you consider that they don't use number 10s or creative players. But look at it. The team that was well known for not using creative player went out and get a creative player. That is Liverpool. They went out and get Thiago, and it has proven as a great purchase for them so far. So I think, and I do believe that this is something that Arsenal has to consider. And at this moment, Dominic Szoboszlai would definitely want to come to Arsenal. We missed the trip on where I definitely thought Arsenal were going to get Hakim Ziyech, and now he's at Chelsea. And at the same time, when I realized that Arsenal continues to do these things, they seek the players out, and I'm not sure if it's just we as fans who sees the players are what, but this is something that Arsenal consistently do, something that they consistently do over time period, that they seek out the quality players and then went on and buy the cheaper version of that particular player. But I hope that this is not the time for that or the situation for that, because we'll have to change and we'll have to fix up and get some things right. But thank you again for tuning in. Please, before you go, like, share, subscribe, and tell me what you think about these transfers so far. Tell me if you think that we'll definitely get Dominic Szoboszlai in the January transfer window. That's a very hard name to call. How can a parent name their child Szoboszlai? Word. But anyway, subscribe and tell me what you think. Tell me if you think that Arsenal should let go of Guendouzi, because I would love to know what you guys think. Put it in the comment. Because I personally I love that player. I would love for him to stay at the club because he has a very high ceiling. And tell me what you think how Mikel man management is going with the players so far. But thank you again for tuning in, and I would love to see you again on the next content, in which I'll try to discuss Arteta's man management. And I think at this point in time, you know something is wrong, but I'll give it to you on the next vid. Thank you for tuning in. Military Guna, I'm out.